Hi guys, it's the 25th of March 2020, Wednesday. Just over a week of me being in self-isolation. It's becoming the new normal now, which is weird. It's funny how quickly people can adapt. Like, yeah, it's been an okay day again today. To be honest, I'm currently in my room. It's about 9:30 p.m. It's in the evening time. Again, I've got a candle burning right now at the moment, as you can see. I wish I could smell it. It's beautiful. One of my favourite smells, I'd say. It's a Bath and Body Works candle that I didn't buy it from Bath and Body Works directly. I think I ordered it from eBay about a year or two ago now, and I still have it because I don't burn it all the time. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's making my room smell a lot better than it normally would, and it's making me feel happier. You know, sometimes it's the little things, like just a nice smell of marshmallow fireside can make your life a bit better. Haven't really done much today. I haven't felt the best because I basically started my period. It might be TMI, but yeah, my first day normally isn't very good. I just feel a lot of pain, and I felt a lot of pain this morning when I woke up and everything, but I'm better now. But it means I haven't been really productive. But I've treated it like a very normal day. I haven't really thought much about the situation that we're in, but of course, you know, it's one of those things where I haven't thought about it too much, but then it's still there. A few hours ago I got well, I didn't get a message personally, but there was an announcement from Disneyland Paris saying that the Princess Run that was meant to be happening in May is now no longer happening, basically been cancelled. I didn't think it was going to happen, you know. I had very little hope that it would still go ahead. So, like, it wasn't surprising at all, but it was still a bit sad. Like, when I read the announcement, I was a bit like, oh, you know, like, it's still, I knew it was going to happen. I expected it to be cancelled, but it was still a bit sad, you know. So we're going to be refunded by Disney very soon. Good to have the money back. I mean, that's one good thing, I guess. But it just kind of made me because I've been pretty okay with how this thing has been affecting me personally. I've been feeling really gutted and sad for everyone else. I don't know why. I think I'm just like that. I'm definitely an empath, and I'm always more worried about the people than I am about myself. So yeah, all throughout this, like, I've been pretty okay with all the things that have kind of gone wrong for me. Like, my new job that I was going to start is no longer happening now, or I lost a massive holiday at the end of May. Well, I haven't lost it yet, but I know I'm going to lose it. And I'm sad about it, but it's like, I'm okay, because I'm like, maybe I'm going to reschedule it for another time. Like, I'm trying to be positive about things that have affected me personally. Like, I'm unsure about whether or not I can even do anything for my birthday at the end of July. I know it's still a few months away, but you know, everything's uncertain now. But again, I've been pretty okay with that as well. Like, I joke about it all the time. I'm like, probably going to end up just spending my 30th birthday here with my family, which isn't bad at all. You know, this is the thing. I think what this is teaching us is that it's taking us back to the basics and what's really important. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would prefer to spend my 30th birthday with my friends as well, like people that I love, as well as my family, but, you know, it's just funny how something like a virus can change all your plans. But yeah, so yeah, basically, I keep going on tangents, but basically, it kind of made me, you know, having had the announcement about the Disney races being cancelled, made me kind of think, like, wow, all the things that I'd planned to do before my 30th probably aren't going to happen. And again, because of the kind of person I am, I try and make a joke of it. Like, I told my mum this, I was like, you know, at the beginning of this year, I had all these plans and hopes for, like, the last 7 months of my life as a 20-something-year-old before I turned 30 to be exciting, to be doing all these new things. Like, I was going to do my first Disney race. You know, I've never run a proper race before. I ran a 5k once years ago, but like, it wasn't a proper race. I just ran it in London with some friends. So it was going to be a big thing for me doing this run. I was meant to be doing 2 runs in Disneyland Paris in May, a 5k and an 8k, which the 8k terrified me, and I was actually starting to get worried in case it did go ahead, the run, and I haven't been able to go out to run and train. So yeah, like, I had, you know, it was going to be a thing where I do my first kind of official Disney run before I turned 30. I was going to go to Tokyo, do my last Disney park that I haven't done yet, which is Tokyo Disney, before I turn 30. You know, I've still got that booked for the beginning of June. Like 99% sure it's not going to happen. But like I said, I'm not going to cancel it and never do it again. We're just going to have to reschedule it for another time. But it most likely then won't be before my 30th birthday. It'll be sometime after my 30th birthday. And it's funny because these things that like mattered a lot to me for a while. You know, I was like, I need to do all these things before I'm 30, and I was making them happen. You know, I was so excited. I was like, I'm really happy that I managed to get a place on this run, because it's not easy to get places for Run Disney events, especially if it's a 5k or an 8k or a 10k. They sell out really quickly. Half marathons are easier to get a place for, probably because they're harder, so there's fewer, the demand for them is much smaller than like a 5k or a 10k, because not many people want to do a half marathon, but more people are willing to do like a 10k or a 5k. So I was very happy to be able to have kind of, I couldn't believe that I managed to get a space and everything, and now like it's like there's no other Disney event happening, Run Disney event happening before I'm 30, so that's not going to happen before I'm 30. You know, but then, you know, like, it's funny because I would have been gutted about this last month. Like, I'd been really sad, but because of everything else that's happening in the world and the gravity of the actual situation, I'm weirdly okay with it. And it's funny how, like, it's made me think how easy it is for us as human beings. I mean, I don't know about the rest of the world, but for me anyway, to adapt and just kind of realize that all the things that you were worried about, or things that you thought were very important, like I thought it was very important for me to do a Disney race before I'm 30. Now I'm just like, you know, I'm sad. I'm a bit gutted. It would have been great to do one, of course, don't get me wrong, but why, you know, what difference does it make if I do it like next year? You know, if I'm 31 when I do it, it's not gonna be the end of the world. You know, it's why it's interesting, because I think as human beings we put so much pressure on ourselves to constantly be doing stuff, constantly be busy, constantly be doing new things. I'm like that anyway. Not everyone's like that, I'm aware of it, but I'm kind of someone who wants to constantly do new things, go on new adventures, etc. And it's interesting that when you kind of take a step back and realize that that's not important. Like, it is important, but it's not as important. And I've been, like, I've taken it really well. I was telling my mum, like, oh, mum, you know, I had all these dreams about all the things I wanted to do before I'm 30, and look, can't do any of them. Can't go to Tokyo before I'm 30, probably won't be able to do a Disney run before I'm 30. Probably won't even have to, won't be able to have my big, like, birthday celebration that I wanted to for my 30th, because, you know, for some reason people big up the number 30 or any kind of round number, and I was having plans of doing something really big, and now I don't know if I can do something as big as I wanted to. And I actually made her laugh, which made me happy, because it's nice to kind of try and make people laugh and your family laugh in this weird, stressful time. And she laughed and she was like, yeah, well, look at it this way, instead you're going to learn how to cook and learn how to do a lot of like cleaning stuff in the house that you might not have normally done as much of, and yeah, learn new skills like that. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I never thought, you know, I would have enough time or so much time on my hands to learn a new skill like cooking, which it's not like I can't cook at all, but I'm a terrible cook. I very rarely cook in under normal circumstances. I honestly very rarely cook. I can't even, not even once a week. I probably cook once every 2 or 3 weeks maybe. I might cook something very easy and simple. I eat out a lot, or I order takeaways a lot, or I might just make myself a sandwich. So I'm looking forward to learning to cook from my mum. She's a great cook, especially with Iranian food. She's really good at cooking a lot of Iranian dishes, which I would love to learn. So maybe that can be a new goal. You know, I never thought I'd be able to, or I'd have a goal of mine to learn to cook before I'm 30, but maybe that can be a replacement. You know, instead of doing Run Disney before I'm 30, maybe I can challenge myself to try and learn to cook a few new dishes that are maybe difficult before I'm 30. So it's easy to adapt, you know, it's not the end of the world. And, you know, hopefully I'll be alive still next year to do a Run Disney another time. It will probably give me more of a chance to even like train harder, and maybe it'll be better because I won't find it as much of a struggle. Maybe if I was doing one in May, the one that got cancelled, maybe I would have found the 8k challenging, because I've never run more than 5k before, so I might have found it a difficult thing. And maybe now it gives me more time to train and find it more comforting and be more confident going into the race whenever I end up doing one, which probably won't be until either September of this year or probably next year. A few Run Disney events in Disney World have also been cancelled. Like, I think they had a Star Wars run weekend in April that has been cancelled, so obviously, I mean, April's even earlier than May, so if May events are getting cancelled, I think it's annoying me because I don't know when this will end. And it's weird because I feel like my dad and my mom even are a bit more optimistic than me, and I'm normally the optimistic person. Like, don't get me wrong, my mom is very pessimistic in terms of like the virus, and she thinks she's going to get it and all that stuff. But she's also like, I don't know if she actually believes it or not, but she does think that in a few months' time things will start to kind of reopen again. Whereas I just don't know why I feel like I can't see it. I don't know. My dad keeps saying like it's just not possible for a country or anywhere really, not just the UK. It's not really possible for any country to close fully, like on lockdown as it is right now, for more than a few months. Like, it's just not something that even the government is going to be able to do. They might be able to force people or ask people to stay in their houses for like a few months, but it's not going to really be realistic to do that for like more than that, or for like a year. Whereas in my head I'm thinking this might go on like until maybe September, this might go on until the end of the year. But my dad's like, he doubts it. He doesn't think that can be a thing. But it's hard because there's nothing to compare it to. You know, I think the last big pandemic was the Spanish flu back in 1918, over 100 years ago. Things were very different then, so it's really hard to kind of compare this to anything else. So that's the weird thing. Like, my trip to Japan, which we haven't cancelled it yet, is meant to be happening at the end of May, beginning of June, but like 99% sure it's not going to happen. I'm trying to kind of mentally, just in my head, I haven't even spoken to my friend yet who I'm going with, but just mentally in my head I'm kind of thinking, well, when could I go instead? Just because I don't want to, you know, obviously I still want to go to Japan. It's not going to happen before I'm 30, but I still want to go. And like, I was thinking maybe September or October or November, like at the end of the year. Autumn is one of my favourite times of year, and it was always going to be between autumn and spring anyway. Obviously it was going to happen. Initially I booked it for spring because that's the closest time I could really do before my birthday. Like, last year it wasn't really I didn't have the opportunity to go to Japan last year, whereas this year I had the opportunity, and I thought, let's do it before I'm 30 kind of thing. But yeah, autumn would be great. But then I keep thinking, well, what if it's still not properly sorted by then? Like, I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to get disappointed again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get excited about the potential of this happening in autumn of this year, and then for it to not happen again. And then my dad is very like, he's like, there's no way things will still be closed. He's very like, I don't know, he knows more, he does know more about the business world and everything, so maybe he's right, but he keeps saying, I can guarantee you that things will be open by October or September. They might not be completely back to normal, but they won't be as extreme as now either. Things won't be fully locked down. So I don't know, but I've spoken too much and my battery's flashing, so I'm going to say goodbye to you for today. I'm doing okay, I hope you are too. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.